Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Breaking Bet here on this Sunday, November 9th. We already got some action here with the Falcons and Colts in the first quarter. My boy Brad Thomas is in Tampa for the Bucs-Pats game, which I'm a little jealous that I'm not there with him. But I got my guy, somebody I'm always cashing with. Just came from the casino last night, cashing. My guy Ben Coriarty on the show. Benjamin, was good, brother?
What's going on, brother? Fun night last night.
Yeah. All right. So quick backstory here. So Ben calls me up to go, let's go to the casino tonight. I'm like, all right, okay, fine. Like, twist my arm. So we go down, and I'm losing at blackjack, and I got like $200 left, and so I see him at the digital roulette, like a real degen. Like, it's time to call the number if you're playing the roulette machine. And so he's doing good. And then I come over, start hitting some numbers with him. He doesn't listen to me on 32. I felt 32 all night.
Yeah.
So 32, first time, Ben doesn't hit. And 32 comes out. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you don't listen. Then, like, a few spins later, I'm like, yo, 32. Okay. 32, he does not put down. It comes out again. So I hit a few numbers with him. You know, we go up to money, and we're going to eat. And then he's got, what do you got, like $500-$600?
We had like $500, and I had an extra 20. And I was like, Johnny V, go take this 20 and go play with it.
All right. So we go play with the 20. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go play with the 20. So I put the 20 in the machine, $10 on two numbers, 22 and 32. 32 hits.
Yep.
Boom. We're good. We're set. Cash money. We're gonna keep going with that and keep that hot for the Week 10 slate here. But Ben, we got the Falcons Colts going on right now. It is 13-7. The Colts just scored on an Alec Pierce tutty.
Wow.
But let's start off here with the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Houston Texans. It's a 1.5 spread. Is there anything in particular you like in this contest?
I'm staying away from this one. I think this is a super weird. It's a pick'em game, right? Like, you can go either way. I think it's Davis Mills for the Texans. I think that's a little. I don't know if I can trust him. Is it in? It's in Jacksonville, right? It's in Houston.
No, it's in Houston.
It's in Houston, so their defense at home is tough. I would probably lean the Texans just because they're at home and that defense is ridiculous. But it's
Ryan Thomas is out too. BTJ.
Yeah, their main receiver's out. So I'd probably lean Texans, but I'm going to stay away from this one.
Yeah, I don't really have a feel with any props on this one. Maybe like Nico Collins gets spammed or something like that. But other than that, I'm like, Woody Marks is somebody I've been high on, for most of the year, and I'm just kind of waiting on that big game. I know he had a big game like a month ago, but I've been expecting the last couple of weeks that Woody Marks taking over the backfield, and he's just going to have one of these monster games. So look, maybe it comes today, but it's very frustrating to expect him to have a big role and a big game when he's just not delivering. The worst part is too, like, how many times Houston's at the 1-yard line and they'll literally give it to anybody not named Woody Marks. I'm like, bro, give the guy a shot from the goal line, let him get that tutty. But they're not.
Who I like to get in today is actually Schultz. I think Schultz gets today. Yeah, because he hasn't gotten in all year. I just think he's been getting a lot more receptions, right? He gets not spammed, but he gets used. Outside of Nico Collins, he's probably one of the most reliable options in the offense. And then, I think if they get to the 5 or 4, they're in red zone range. I think they might give Schultz his first tutty. So,
the Jacksonville's actually given up a lot of touchdowns to tight ends this year. They've given up 6. That's tied for second most with a few other teams. So could definitely happen. You've been hot with the tutties.
I've been hot all year. For all the people out there, whoever's going to be watching this, I have said to Brad and Johnny V, hey, take this, take Barkley, take whatever, and it's been hitting. So we have.
That's why your nickname is Benny Benjamins.
I think that's why I'm on the podcast. And the podcast needed me to be on here just so I could go face,
Yeah, we needed it. We needed it. The show needed you.
But anyways, we're going to stay away from this game in terms of betting. I'm going to probably lean Houston and maybe Schultz getting in, but I'm going to stay away.
Yeah. Fair. I probably would concur. This is probably one of the worst games on the board, in my opinion, from a perspective. All right, Giants are at the Bears. Bears -4.5. So, Ben, Chicago's got this weird push-pull narrative going on this year where, like, sometimes they show up and, they go put up a 40 bean in Cincinnati, or other times they just lay an egg, an absolute stinker. The Giants are getting 4.5 here. It's not quite a Royal Mint spot. It's been 4.5 all week. It could tip to 5 in the next couple hours here. The Giants are really a competitive team with Jackson Dart.
Right.
Are you confident at all in any side with this, or do you like a prop? Maybe Kyle Monangai. I know you're talking about Rome Daddy to get in.
I think Rome Odunze has a huge game today. I think he's going to go 100 plus touchdown, maybe 2 tutties.
Wow.
A monster legacy game from Odunze. I just don't think anybody in New York can cover him in the secondary. I don't think they can cover him at all. And after last week's donut in fantasy, with 0 catches on 3 targets, I think he's due to get some love in that offense from Caleb Williams. So I'm going a Odunze touchdown. I'm going Bears -4.5. I'm going 100 plus for Odunze. I think it's a big day for him.
Wow. All right. Well, maybe we got to go throw that straight.
Yeah.
Look, man, I don't really love the side here unless it gets to 5, but I love Kyle Monangai. 40 yards. DeAndre Swift, there's been like some conflicting reports. It looked like they might have held him out. He's dealing, it said, with the groin injury he's had for over a month.
Yeah.
And personal reasons. And after the way Monangai played last week, absolute legacy game. Me and Brad were all over the legacy.
Brad, I tailed you guys, and you guys made me some money, so I appreciate that.
I hate that he didn't get in the end zone. Like Ben Johnson, they scored 40 points, and he didn't score. And like Ben Johnson felt like he was trying to get everybody else the ball in the end zone, except for the one guy that was really driving the offense.
Yeah.
So Swift's back. So I actually got both Swift and Monangai in fantasy.
Okay.
And I'm actually curious because I think I'm going to start them both. Ooh. I usually don't like to do that, but Ben Johnson's been pretty clear. He's going to do the ride the hot hand thing. I don't think Monangai gets $176 last week on 25 plus carries, plus some work in the receiving game, and then just goes back to the bench. Like I just don't think that happens. I could see Monangai get anywhere from like 10 to 15 carries today. I think the Bears are going to run the ball a decent amount today. I feel like Monangai and Swift could ultimately split carries, and I got Monangai in a parlay getting 40 rush yards today. If he gets 12 carries, I think he should be able to get that number. It's gotten steamed up like 7 yards. Typically don't like to chase the steam. That's why I took the alternate. I think Monangai's a good shot to get in the end zone. And Ben, the interesting thing, when me and Brad did the show on Wednesday, both Swift and Monangai were -175 to score.
Interesting.
It's insane. Now Swift plus 115, Monangai's plus 150. I feel like Monangai plus 150 is pretty solid to get in the end zone. You like Rome Daddy at plus 170.
I like Rome Odunze. I do. I think Monangai and Swift I think they both can get in. I think it's one of those games where it's going to be all Bears. I don't know how the Giants. I know the Giants are good with Dart, but I think Cam Scatabo, losing him was huge. I think that was like the centerpiece of their offense. Now the Bears are rolling. They're at home, getting 4.5. They're in playoff contention. The Giants are kind of out of it, right? They're kind of playing with house money. So I think that's dangerous with Dart. I mean, could they cover it? Yes, but I just don't think so today. I really think the Bears roll over them.
Yeah.
I know it's weird. I know it's a weird game. I know you could so see this being a field goal game. I just think with Odunze, DJ Moore is getting a little bit better, getting featured more in the offense. He scored last week, finally. Monangai, like you said, Swift. I mean, Caleb Williams isn't my favorite, but he's playing, he's not playing terrible. Colston Loveland now getting love, had a monster game last week. How do the Giants stop them at home? I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah. All right. So let's keep going here. Ravens at the Vikings.
Love this. Love this game.
I love it.
What do you want?
I think the Ravens are going to win big here. I think this is such a letdown spot for Minnesota after like an emotional win. And I just think schematics wise, I don't know if the Vikings look. The Vikings had one of their 2 good performances on defense for the whole year last week, and one of them was against Jake Browning. So honestly, like Minnesota played a great game against Detroit. I was dead wrong. I thought the Lions were going to wipe the floor with them. And JJ McCarthy had a big game here, but man, I think this is a different spot. I know Vikings are at home, but Ravens are going to play fast. They're going to be flying around. I think Lamar's going to have a big one. I feel like the Ravens are set up for a big second half. I think he's going to have a big game. I think Henry's going to eat Zay Flowers, and Minnesota might get some, nice stat pad yards, garbage points, all the garbage stuff. But I feel like the Ravens are good here to cover this game. I like Baltimore. I think there's going to be a lot of scoring for the Ravens here.
I agree, Johnny. I like the Ravens 4.5. I think they're going to win at least by a touchdown. I think big letdown spot, like you said. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I think they got a little lucky last week. I think Detroit just kind of dropped the ball, didn't play well at all at home. I mean, I'm not going to say their defense didn't play well. Minnesota showed up. They got a couple turnovers, but I don't think they're going to beat the Ravens. I don't see it. I don't see it with Lamar. They're the healthiest they've been all year. The defense looks better over the past few weeks. Pretty sure they're top 5 in every category in the last 3 weeks on defense. If you could probably look that up, but I think I saw that a couple of days ago. So they're playing better. They're healthy. Lamar Jackson's hungry to get to the playoffs. They're in the race. I don't know how Minnesota. I don't think they can even. I don't even think they compete, Johnny.
I think there's and it's fair because the Ravens defense has been a disaster this year.
Yeah.
But it's relative because when Lamar, look, they got burned several games with Lamar in. Mm-hmm. Granted, it was against the Bills. It was against Detroit. It was against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. So you're playing 3 of the best teams in the NFL. And obviously take that with a grain of salt. I'm not sitting here saying the Ravens defense is the 2000 Ravens. But they're also going to play a lot better when you got the offense that's able to sustain drives and score points and allow you to play with a lead than playing from behind. Mm-hmm. Now, I think there's some middle ground to what Baltimore has shown, to what they actually are. I think, look, right now they're probably 20th in that range, ranked defense in terms of, quality. But when Lamar's and the offense is doing what they're capable of doing, which we saw last week in Miami, last week in Miami, then you're going to get better performances. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to stop Jettas or Addison, but I think it's going to get to a point where Minnesota is going to have to be one-dimensional, and JJ McCarthy's just going to be slinging the rock all over the place. But I don't know if it's going to have enough of an impact on the score here. But
you want to hear this, Johnny? So I know it's a small sample size. Last 3 weeks, Ravens are second in rushing yards allowed. So that's pretty big. And they were a disaster in the beginning of the year. 4th in passing yards allowed and 6th in total team defense in the last 3 weeks. So they've become a little bit better over the last 3 weeks. I'm not saying they're the best defense in the NFL, but they definitely have gotten a lot better over the past few weeks. I think Lamar is going to have a big game. I think Henry gets in today after not getting in last week. I think Zay is always a good bet, but he never can seem to get in the end zone. Don't know why. But I like the Ravens cover here.
Yeah. Yards. Let's look at the yards. Lamar, rush yards, 35.5. I think I might like that. You got some athletes on the Minnesota front 7, but I think Lamar's going to start getting going. They're going to deploy that signature read option with Lamar and Henry, make you pick your poison. Lamar's going to pull it down, taking himself on a couple big runs here. I do feel like Derrick Henry's, we're going to see him get back to being what he was. He had a good game in Miami, cleared 100.
It's a quiet 100 too. Quiet.
What?
It was a quiet 100 yards. I didn't know he had.
It wasn't quiet 100. It wasn't quiet 100.
Yeah.
Okay. Cleveland at the Jets. The Browns. I mean, this is
gross.
This is gross.
It's disgusting.
I mean, I got nothing in the way of a side or a total. Quinshon Judkins is one of the higher rush props, 82.5. It's a little high.
Yeah, I don't know. This game to me, John, is so weird.
Yeah.
If I had to lean, I'd probably take the Browns 2.5. I just think they're the better team. think they got a really good defense. Judkins is playing phenomenal. I think Judy has a good day today, actually. He hasn't been anywhere in this offense, but I think finally with Gardner gone from the Jets are looking like they're just giving up on the season, rebuilding the whole team. I think the passing game for Cleveland, which is really weird, comes to life today. I think everybody's going to key in on Judkins. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Judkins gets in the end zone. I think he has a good day, but I think the Browns are going to win this game, but I wouldn't put him in a parlay piece. I don't think I would ever put my money on this.
I got Justin Fields touchdown in a parlay piece today. Rush tutty. I have him in a quarter. I think it's like Lamar, Dart, and Fields, like a little 3 QB rush tutty situation going on there for a solid play. All right, Ben, what is this spot? Saints, Panthers. What is it?
The Royal Mint spot.
What is the Royal Mint spot?
It's not the prime time. It's a road dog in 5.5. So
or closing at 5 or 5.5.
Closing at 5.5. So you got the Saints. Here's the thing. I don't see how the Saints stay competitive with the quarterback situation. They have, is it Tyler? What is it? I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Tyler Shuck.
Come on. What are we doing here?
But that's the beauty of the Royal Mint. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And somehow it doesn't always, but it more often than not finds a way to get home. But like when I worked at NBC Sports, I did a whole thing on the Royal Mint, dude. Like I went back.
It's money.
3, 5, 7, 10 years, bro.
Yeah.
Like these road dogs in this spot are covering at a 60% plus clip. They're winning outright at 40% plus, which doesn't sound like a lot, but these dogs are 2 to 1 or bigger. And so the units are going to be a lot higher. Now, granted, look, I understand why you would think that. I think Carolina's played better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Carolina's obviously made huge strides. They picked up sort of where they left off last year, but they've had a lot of bad games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got blown out in Jacksonville. They got blown out in New England, and it turns out New England's better than we thought. You know, they go into Green Bay last week, and they went outright as 14-point dogs. I mean, it's honestly crazy what's going on with the Panthers this year. But look, man, New Orleans just dealt Rashid Shaheed. They still have a couple weapons. I mean, you still got Olave, you still got Juwan Johnson, I think is live to get in the end zone today. Yeah. Carolina's given up some touchdowns to tight ends. Alvin Kamara, I mean, look, dude, Alvin Kamara has not looked like the guy that we've seen in his career. He might be slowing down. Still got Taysom Hill. You got a defense that's competitive. I mean, look, New Orleans isn't good. And every single week I talk about this with Brad on the show. They're not good. They're bad, but they're competitive. They play hard.
They do.
So I think there's a scenario where New Orleans covers. Just based on principle, I have to take the Royal Mint in this spot, and I'm going to go New Orleans getting the 5.5 here.
I love it. I honestly, maybe I trust you. Maybe I roll with it. I know they played the Bills competitive, I think a few weeks back, which was shocking on the road. So can they make it competitive? You made a lot of good points. If any other quarterback was playing for the Saints, I need to see something from this new rookie in. Spencer Rattler's no good. Obviously he's benched, but I got to see something. I do think the Panthers aren't that great. I don't think Bryce Young is great at all. I'm not a Bryce Young fan at all. But maybe you're right, Johnny. I'm going to stay away from this one though.
I also anything on Ted McMillan.
I think he actually was going to say, do you like any props in this game? I think Tech can get in. I don't think has he gotten in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, he had a couple tutties a couple weeks ago.
Because I remember he went like 5 straight games to start the year.
Maybe with the Dallas game, he had 2 touchdowns. He's expected to play today. He had 2 touchdowns. That was about a month ago now.
Okay. Dowdle's getting in. I mean, that's going to happen. Should.
It sucks though, because McMillan, like his numbers could be so much better if Bryce Young wasn't bad. I mean, he's just got
Bryce Young is he's
bad. I mean, Dowdle's number is insane. He's 92.5 on the rush yards. It's just crazy incredible how Hubbard goes down. Yeah, Dowdle comes in on the softer part of Carolina's schedule in terms of run defenses, goes crazy, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Then where did this come from with Rico Dowdle? It's insane.
I had him in fantasy, and he was on my waiver in my big money league, and no one was touching Dowdle. They're like, Chuba's the man. Chuba goes down, I pick up Rico Dowdle. Now everybody's making trade offers for him. It's like, I'm not giving
Rico Dowdle. It's insane. I'm so mad because I drafted Hubbard thinking, I'm like, yo, he was good last
year. He had a great year last year.
Like, bro, like Dowdle's never done anything to the contrary where it's like, he's gonna take his job. You know?
But
I think Dowdle's solid to get in. Juwan Johnson, I think, is the sneak play here at 310. This is Johnson's sneaky. I mean, obviously, Olave's their big target, but in the passing now with Shaheed gone, who is really the guy that New Orleans is going to be looking to get the ball to?
You know who I kind of like to get in for the Saints, which is very weird, and I've been money is Brandon Cooks. I think he can get in. He's plus 575 on Hard Rock. Don't know what he is on FanDuel. Not something I'm just going to put in a parlay, but a straight bet on him at plus 575. You throw 50 on that, you win 337, or you know what I mean. You do your little thing where you win whatever.
650 on FanDuel,
yeah. That could be an interesting play.
That is somewhat interesting. Rico Dowdle, but
I don't think I'm going to touch anything for all the people out there when they watch this podcast. Don't touch this game. Don't touch this game. This is where.
Well, from a try, I mean, it's a Royal Mint spot. So touch it. It's a Royal Mint spot.
I hope Brad watches this, and I'm telling you now, do not touch this game. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't even touch the Royal Mint. And I know that's crazy. You're very, very good at that. But this is the one game I think just to stay away. Could go either way. It's weird.
Could.
But I trust you. You have been good. You have been good with these plus 5.5 dogs.
It's my thing.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Buffalo Bills 9.5 at Miami.
Oh yeah.
Is this a letdown spot for Buffalo though?
No.
Buffalo has a huge win against Kansas City last week. Miami's obviously not good, but they've had these like games where they decide they're going to get up and play hard. So is 9.5 too many on the road? The game's here. The game's in South Florida.
I'm a Dolphins fan, right? You know me. We're good friends off the air. I don't think this is close at all. I know I've been with all the favorites so far since the podcast has started, but I don't see – I'm going to be real. I don't see how the Dolphins make this close at all. I just don't. I think Buffalo is going to score every time they touch the ball almost. I think James Cook has 2 touchdowns. I think Josh Allen has he kills Miami. Every time he plays the Dolphins, he goes off. 9.5 is a lot of points. It is a road game. It could be a letdown spot, but they just beat Kansas City. They're looking for the number 1 seed in the AFC. They're hungry. Their defense isn't great, but they didn't look terrible last week. I like the Bills 9.5.
If I had to lean anything, I'd still lean Buffalo. Slight Buffalo lead. Like I liked it earlier in the week, and I still think it's fair. I mean, I'm probably like 60-40 in favor of laying it with Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think Buffalo, obviously, with the 9.5, it kind of stinks because you're not getting the teaser. So the reason why, Ben, obviously, as you know, where the 8 to 9.5 start coming into plays for the teaser legs.
Yeah.
If you wanted to tease Buffalo down, now you're teasing them down. You're still getting a 3.5, which, look, they should be able to cover that, but that's outside the key number of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I don't know if it's going to come into play, if it's going to be a field goal game here, but I'd lean Buffalo. Props-wise, dude, I love Devon Achane over 4.5 catches. It's juice. It's minus 154. I'd even look at taking Achane alt catches. I think he had 8 last time they played Buffalo. And if the game script dictates that they're playing from behind, Tua loves dumping it off to Achane. So I think a ladder on his catches is fair, honestly, man. 6 catches, 7 catches, 8 catches. I might even possibly sprinkle a 9 catches. I think that's probably the best way to get involved with Miami's offense because they should be passing the ball a lot, and Tua loves these dump offs. Otherwise, I think, James Cook, 84.5 is fair. Josh Allen's 29.5, maybe.
If you look at A-Chain when he played Buffalo last, he had 12 rushes for 62 yards, and then he had 7 catches for 29 on 9 targets. Okay, so you're right. 9 targets. He's getting the volume. Does he get 9 catches? I think it's a good bet. It's definitely plus money.
If you want James Cook, it's minus 190. I'm not paying minus 190 for him to get in. No. Allen's minus 135. A-Chan's minus 150. Waddle plus 155 is not terrible. Dalton Kincaid plus 180. I think Kincaid's solid.
One of the guys I follow on Twitter, I told you yesterday, he's absolutely money. Absolutely money. If we can get this guy on the podcast, if I could ever meet this guy, he is so good at touchdown props, player props. He doesn't bet money lines, doesn't do spreads. He just does specifically player props. And he took Waddle and Cook to get in. And I know Cook is pretty obvious. At minus 190, but Waddle I think could get in. I think they're going to be passing from behind. The game script will be in their favor, and I think they have who's going to guard him? Benford for Buffalo. Come on,
I think Waddle. Yeah, Waddle's fair to get in. I think two of Kincaid, Shakir, Coleman's going to get in. I think two of them are getting in today.
You like Coleman?
What?
You like Keon Coleman to get
in? I think two. Like I said, I think two of Kincaid, Coleman, and Shakir are getting in.
Okay.
I think Kincaid's one of them. Okay. And then it's Coleman or Shakir. I'd probably say Shakir is a better bet. He's just a little bit more
involved
continuity with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And he could catch those short passes, and
last time they played, Waddle got in. So
yeah, Waddle's solid. I don't love it. I mean, it's not a bad look in a touchdown parlay, but. Yeah. So one of my favorite games of the week is the Pats at the Bucks in Tampa. Brad is there right now. I'm super fucking jealous.
Shout out.
He's there. I'm not. 2.5. It's been 2.5 all week. Not moving anywhere. Okay. Why? I asked Brad the same thing. Why wouldn't we take Tampa in this spot?
Oh man, I have them on my ticket for everybody. I have Tampa minus 2.5. I took them with the points. The reason I like Tampa, they're coming off a bye. I think Baker Mayfield's an MVP candidate. We've discussed this multiple times. I just don't think the Patriots are that good. I think they're good, but I think they're a little overrated with their soft schedule. We've talked about that. They've beat up on a lot of bad teams. I don't know. The line is scary, though. It's close. It's going to be a field goal game, I think. I think this can go either way, but I do lean Tampa at home. I think Mbuka will have a big day. I think Cade Otton is a great bet to get in the end zone. That is such a good bet. Plus 175. He's got no touchdowns on the year. That's an interesting statistic. If you go look, he's got 0 tutties in 8 games, but he's been close. I don't know if you saw the Saints game. He was inches from the end zone. Maybe quarter inches from the end zone, didn't get in. So I like him. I like the Bucks minus 2.5, but I do think the Patriots are scary because they got Drake May and he's an MVP candidate. Shockingly, I think he's playing phenomenal, but it's crazy that he's even in MVP talks. It's crazy.
I love Tampa today.
You love Tampa.
I love Tampa. Look, Tampa's coming off a bye. They should be a little healthier. It stinks that Bucky Irving, Godwin, obviously still out. Bucky Irving, I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Yeah,
it seemed like he was trending towards coming back. Chris Godwin, they've slowed played him now. It seems like he might be out longer than they anticipated, but I just think it was a good physical and mental break for Tampa just to have a week off. Now they're at home. Now look, I said New England and the Colts are kind of in the same boat where they're good teams. Fundamentally, they've been playing very sound football, and they've been up here. And I don't know if they're actually up here. New England has played a very generous schedule. I mean, they had a great win at Buffalo, but other than that, they really haven't beaten anybody.
Right.
So they're up here right now. With their play being this level, I don't know if that's truly indicative of who they are. I'm not saying they're down here. I think they're probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. I think some regression is bound to happen for New England.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't think they're that good. Drake May's obviously taking a huge sophomore year leap, and that's big. But Tampa Bay, man, they just got this. They got this like it factor about them, and that's largely because of Baker Mayfield. I think that's going to translate. I think Tampa Bay is going to actually be able to run the ball a decent amount. I know Pat's run defense has been pretty good this year, and I think they're going to hit a couple big plays to Ibuka. Yeah, I think the fact is that we just haven't had Tampa like pretty much at full strength for most of the year. It's been hurting them, obviously, but I feel like they find a way to get this done. Their defense has been playing really well.
Yeah, they have
been playing really well as of late. Ibuka is obviously going to be a prime target. I think he's going to have a big game today. I think Tez Johnson plus 240 to get in the end zone. He's a sneaky play, deep shot guy.
Thought about that one too, but I don't know if you knew this, but Hassan Reddick's out on the defensive side of the ball, which is big. I think he's big, but I don't think it kills them. I still like them to win today. Their run D is so good. Vita Vea, they're so good. I don't think Travion Henderson's going to really do much. Maybe out of the backfield, he'll get a couple catches. Maybe he gets in the end zone. Maybe he didn't get in last week with the lead role. So Booty's out. Keyshawn Booty's out for New England as well, their main guy. So who is he really going to go to? Hunter Henry? I mean, Hunter Henry's good.
Diggs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Pop Douglas.
I don't like it. I'm not a huge, Jake in our office is a huge New England fan. And I talked to him about this game. And he's talking about how DeMario is going to go for 100 plus. I'm like, okay, it's a bit of a stretch, but I mean, you never know with the NFL. I'm gonna go with Tampa. I think they're better. They beat Seattle in Seattle. That was a huge win. They beat some good teams. They beat up on the bad teams. They've had a couple bumps in the road, but I think they get this done.
I think there's some regression coming for New England. I think Tampa is a battle-tested team. I think Baker Mayfield is. Look, here's the other thing that I mentioned. I took Baker to win MVP the other day. This is the stretch to buy because in betting futures markets, you can't always bet towards the top of the board. It's very hard to be successful long-term doing that. So you got to find these diamonds in the rough. Baker was 22-1. So now the important thing to know is this next 3 games for Tampa with New England, Buffalo, and the Rams. If the Bucks come out 2-1, and Baker just doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's like 252 touchdowns. Yeah. They're set up for the last 6 games of the year for him to go nuts and be right back in the MVP race. If Tampa wins and Baker goes 250 for 2 scores, he's going to probably be somewhere around 12-1 by the end of the day or after tomorrow. So that's the time to buy. But I just think there's going to be enough schematics for Tampa Bay to be able to move the ball in this New England defense. It's a little bit overrated. I feel like there's going to be some big shots with Kate Otten and down the seam, Tez Johnson, a couple of these deep post routes. Ibuka is just going to do whatever he wants to get open here. He's been a little quiet this last 3 to 4 games. So I like the Bucks here, man. As long as Tampa Bay can protect Baker. Not sure if Gedeke, he was activated today from the injured reserve. Not sure if he's good to go. Yeah. The Bucks offensive lines obviously got to hold up, and I think Baker will be able to pick them apart.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Long shot touchdown.
I got mine.
Sean Tucker.
Okay.
I have him in a parlay today. I took a shot because Rachaad White has been scoring, but they've been giving Tucker they've been giving Tucker like consecutive plays, or they're giving it to him inside the 10-yard line. It's not crazy to think Sean Tucker can score today, and he's 4-1.
For sure. I like my long shot is Baker Mayfield to get in.
Oh, hello.
I think that he has no rushing touchdowns on the year.
That's true.
It's true. It's true. I'm a stat guy. You didn't bring me on the podcast for nothing. Baker Mayfield has 0 rushing touchdowns this year. That is incredible. For a guy that scrambles a lot, that's savvy and sneaky, can bleed the defense open, gets in those holes. If it's 1st and goal at the 3 and they're blitzing and he gets around, I think he can get in plus 575, guys.
It's 7-1 on FanDuel.
That's insane.
Hard Rock sucks.
If you don't sprinkle anything on that, it's crazy. So that's my long shot. I do like Tucker. I think that's a great bet. I think Rachaad White is good, but they're going to take him out. They're going to give Tucker touches. I think they gave Tucker like 3 straight runs on the goal line against New Orleans.
Yeah.
So
I think Tucker's a good shot to get in, and that price is crazy too.
Sure.
I mean, Ibuka's 105. It's not bad.
I think Ibuka gets in.
Diggs, not bad, 165. I mean, honestly, if I was taking a long shot, I think Drake May 420 is interesting.
I parlayed for the
What if we parlay Tucker and May?
Can I be honest with you?
It's like 22-1.
I put a parlay with May and Mayfield, and I just threw a 50 ball on it. And I was like, maybe I'll get lucky.
May and Mayfield?
Yeah, just a parlay. The quarterback.
When?
I did this last night when I got home from the casino around like 1 a.m. I was like feeling weird. I was like, let me take a quarterback to get in because there's always a quarterback every Sunday. A couple of them actually that get in. Baker is my guy. And I'm like, you know what? I have a weird feeling Drake May might get in. Let me just
do me a favor. All right, put in for us. Put $10 on May and Tucker to get in today.
May and Tucker, I'm doing it.
Parlay Drake May and Sean Tucker, $10.
Can we throw more than 10? Let's do more than that.
I mean, it's a shop play, so I mean,
it's a Deegan.
I mean, look, you do good luck.
It's a Deegan play for sure. It's
a what?
All right, Deegan. You never heard of a Deegan?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it means wild.
Okay.
You're older than me, man. I'm 26. All right.
Thanks.
Sean Tucker is plus 325 on Hard Rock. The odds are terrible. Drake May's plus 275. So we're looking at plus $1,400.
275? Bro, Hard Rock needs to be suspended.
If we threw 10 odds, it's plus 1,400.
Oh my God, it's 22-1 compared to 1,400.
So if we threw 20 on it, we win 300. We split $150 each. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it.
All right, do it. I don't hate it, man. I think it's live today. I think Drake May is gonna have some scrambles. Might get loose for one or two runs, scampers in the end zone. Tucker is very solid to make it happen.
Love Drake May's rushing yards. Love it.
Drake May rush yards. It is.
It's 30.5, right?
Ooh.
Is it 30.5?
30. Yeah, 30.5 on Drake May.
Yeah. He let us down last week. I tailed you and Brad. I know you and Brad had a 25 plus with him, and he only had 20. That was a letdown, I thought, because every game prior he had 40, 50, 60. Brad said he was going to – I love what Brad said last week. He's like, I think he's going to go for 60. That wasn't a bad take. Honestly, Drake May's been running a lot, and he only had 20 last week. So I think today he runs a lot. I do.
Drake May?
Yeah, I think if you want to be safe and just do the 25 plus, that's probably a better bet. I think you can still get that at like minus 135.
Did you put that May Tucker ticket in?
I did. You want me to send it to you?
Yeah, send it to me. We're eating like kittens.
For the audience, he loves to see the tickets. He loves it.
I like to have the tickets. I like to see the tickets.
Here, let me send this to you before we hop on to the next one. Travion Henderson's minus 110. That's interesting, but I can't see my
touchdowns are so hard, man. It's so fluky to pick touchdowns.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. That game's going to be a shootout potential, though. I think that's a lot of points. The over is free, probably, or nothing's free. But for the audience, I like to say free a lot, and Johnny gets mad at me because nothing's free in the betting world. Nothing is free.
Nothing is free. Nothing is free.
All right, Johnny, I sent it to you. Let's get back to it.
All right. So in conclusion, we love Tampa. Ooh,
yep.
Look at that. Oh,
it's a good bet. I think it's live.
It's live. All right. So like Tampa today, like the props here, like Rachaad White, rush yard. I think the New England D isn't as good against the ground. I know they've done pretty solid against some running backs here. I feel like Rachaad White gets loose for a couple. I'm not saying he has a monster day, but I think he could get to 40 to 50 yards.
I agree.
Ibuka, his yardage 71.5. I think he's bound to get right.
What do you think he has today? You think he goes over 71? I think he does.
I think he clips 80.
You think? Okay, I like that.
I think he clips 80. He just hasn't had one of these big games in a while. I think he's bound to clip 80.
Yep.
All right, let's move on here to the next game. That's going to be in the 4:00 window. That is Arizona at Seattle. All right, Ben, let me set the table here.
Go ahead.
Coming into the year, I loved Seattle. I thought Seattle was one of my darling teams. I thought then they had the worst odds to win the NFC West coming into the year. They were like 5-1, which I didn't understand. It made no sense to me. So I liked Seattle a lot, and I've carried that. And I've bet Seattle a lot this year. A lot. Pretty much every week I'm betting Seattle, and I'm betting JSN. That kind of goes hand in hand. So this line opened at 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the Cardinals at 6.5%.
Yeah.
Now it's moved to 7. So the reason is it's a different matchup when you're playing against Kyler Murray. Jacoby Brissett might not have the ceiling of a Kyler Murray, but he has a very high floor. He's a floor general out there. He doesn't make mistakes. He keeps the chains moving, everything on schedule, and he's maximizing the talent of these other players that Murray wasn't. Like Trey McBride's, it looks more comfortable. Marvin Harrison's probably the biggest example. And he's just playing like a veteran savvy quarterback that knows his role.
Yeah.
And Kyler Murray might have these higher ceiling games, but he's got a lower floor. And I think in a position like this where Arizona, you're a divisional dog, is going to Seattle, a very tough place to play against a Seahawks team that has a lot of juice right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think 7's a lot of points. I think Seattle wins this game ultimately, but I feel like the Cardinals probably keep this one more of like a field goal game, maybe a touchdown game. Point is, I think Seahawks win, but Cardinals cover 7. I'm
gonna have to agree. I like the Cardinals plus 7. I think the line is 7.5. It's 7. 7 right now, right? 7. I'm gonna go Arizona plus 7. I think you're right. I think they played great at Dallas. Now, mind you, it was Dallas. Dallas isn't the greatest team in the world, but they did look good. Marvin Harrison looked phenomenal. Brissett looks good. He looks poised in the pocket, right? He's a leader. They love him in Arizona. Their backfield's a little weird. I think we can agree with DeMarcado and Zonovan Knight. They don't know what they're doing there. I don't think they have a starter. But Trey McBride he's unreal. I love Trey McBride. I think he gets in today. I love Trey McBride. I think he's one of the top maybe 3 tight ends in the NFL now. Is that an obvious statement? Maybe. But he doesn't get as much love as some people should give him. I feel like they go to the Kittles. Kelsey's older. I just love Trey McBride, bro. I think he's going to get in today. I think Arizona does probably lose this game, but I think it comes down to like a field goal, maybe a 4 or 5 point win.
Yeah. Drake London, Tutty.
I did just see that behind me, and I know people
Drake London Tutty
got in. Yeah, they're up 14-13 right now.
Yeah, because Badgley missed an extra point.
They're plus 180 on the money line.
Who, Atlanta right now? Live?
I can't take Atlanta. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're just so weird. I think Indy pulls it out, but I knew that game was weird. My buddy, Pat.
Bro, they're always weird. Their overseas games are weird.
About Pat last night taking in Indy 6.5. I thought that was. Oof.
Yeah, it's
didn't like that.
Okay, so for this game, dude, every single week, because JSN preseason was my catch leader. I liked him at catches at 20-1 because, he had a breakout year last year, but I'm like, dude, that was the appetizer. This is the entree. So he's going to be a monster this year. Granted, look, I didn't think he was going to be offensive player of the year good.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was leading the league in yards caliber. But catches was always the thing that I thought. And JSN's been unbelievable. JSN's been the best receiver in football in 2025.
Yeah, he has. His line is insane. It's like one of those lines where I'm like, I would never do that for any other player, but I think I wouldn't mind taking the 96.5 over. I just don't see how he goes under it. He's been over every game.
Bro, you got to stop with I don't see how he goes under. There's obviously an easy way he can go under. You always say this.
I just don't see. That's the one player that has absolutely dominated every single matchup that he's had. Every single matchup.
But it's a case by case. Okay, so I'll put it to you this way, right? Arizona's defense statistically is ranking pretty well against wide receivers. Granted, I think it's a bit of a hollow stat. I don't think it's as reflective. Like, for instance, CeeDee Lamb could have had a monster last week. Prescott just missed him for a long touchdown. Prescott, had Lamb a couple times. Okay. And there's been other games where Arizona's gotten a little bit lucky. Like JSN the first time against the Cardinals, he barely got targeted in the first 3 quarters. Then all of a sudden he's coming out for like 4 or 5 catches for 80 yards in the fourth quarter.
Right.
I mean, I think they're gonna get him the ball early and often now. I'm going back to every week I'm taking JSN catches. So 6.5 is the number. I'm taking over on 6.5. I understand that Arizona's been playing tough, but I think this potentially has the makings to be a shootout today.
Really?
Something like pushing a 50 total. Because right now the total is 44.5. I think this could probably push 50. I think JSN's going to get a lot of targets as usual. Now they add Rashid Shaheed into the offense. It's going to take some attention away. Look, man, I think ultimately JSN, it's just one of these guys you got to take every week. And I understand that the Cardinals secondary has been at least statistically good, even though it's not always indicative. Yards, just based on like how he's hot right now and the fine. If you want to take yards, I get it. I just think he's more likely to get 7 catches than 100 yards.
Well, let's just remind everybody for a second. These are his yards: 124, 103, 96, 79, 132, 162, 123, and 129.
However,
but Arizona, he was under.
But has he had when was the last game he had at least 7 catches? Or I'm sorry, when was the last time he had 100 yards with less than 7 catches?
Never.
That's my point.
I completely think that's a phenomenal point by you. I agree. But my it's funny because the one game he did go under when he had 79 yards was at Arizona.
Yeah, but he didn't. But I watched that game. He wasn't getting targeted until the fourth quarter. Like pretty much everything you see for that Cardinals game was done in the fourth quarter. And then when they actually started throwing him the ball, he started ripping.
They won that game by a field goal, right?
Yeah, that was Seattle let Arizona hang around. Seattle was up, and then I think that game went to OT in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm excited to see this one. I think honestly, JSN's going to have a good day here.
Do you like anybody to get in, Johnny, today for that game?
Yeah, let me see.
I like Smith and Jigba. I don't know who.
Plus 105, Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
Shahid's interesting at 220.
Yeah, it's a good bet. I like Barner. I think Barner is great. He's been doing the tush push. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like that. Cooper Kupp playing today?
Yeah, he is, I think. What's going on with the DeMarcado Bam Knight thing's interesting.
Yeah.
I think I'd almost pick DeMarcado at 350. He looked good against Dallas. I thought they were basically going to cut him after that. After that, fiasco against the Titans, it was absolutely insane.
Yeah, after he got punched in the chest by his coach, I thought things were going real south.
I think Marv 180 is decent. I know Seattle secondary's gotten healthy, but if
Marv absolutely put Deron Bland in a blender last week. Did you see that ball at the goal line? Seattle's secondary has definitely gotten better because they've gotten healthier. But I think one of the best secondaries in football.
They do. But I also think if the Cardinals have to throw the ball, Marv's obviously going to be a focal point to get him here. In that by that regard as well. I want to see something else.
Bride 63.5, Marv is 58.5.
I'll tell you who I'm interested in possibly.
Let's hear it.
Some of these ancillary receivers for Arizona. A Michael Wilson at 410.
Okay. I like it.
Maybe a sprinkle on Zay Jones at 9-1.
Wow. He's 6-1 on Hard Rock. It's crazy.
The odds are terrible. I'd probably take Michael Wilson because I just feel like Michael Wilson's just going to get a little bit more featured in the offense than Zay Jones. If I'm not mistaken right now, Michael Wilson's the guy that's in 2 wide receiver sets.
Right.
Look, it's a long shot, obviously.
It's a long shot, but it's the NFL. I mean, you saw Jacoby Brissett get in last week. Anything could happen. Now, mind you, it was a QB sneak.
Tell you what, though, Michael Wilson's an interesting look here for some yards. 40 yards, he's interesting. He's got 40 yards every game since Jacoby Brissett took over. His line's 30.5. So I think Michael Wilson to get 40 yards is interesting. I understand the secondary is tough, but Wilson should have some pretty interesting one-on-one opportunities, especially if Arizona's playing from behind. And this turns into a higher scoring game. I think Wilson 30.5 is interesting there.
I think that's a great point. I'm looking now. I didn't know he had 40 yards in every game with Brissett. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is a little nuts.
They have a great secondary, though. You got Devon Witherspoon, you got Reek Woolen, but they're going to be thrown. It's like you could be really, really good and still have to. They could be beaten, but
yeah. All right, let's keep going here. All right, Rams at the Niners. This is an inverted Royal Mint spot. Doesn't mean anything, but I gotta be honest. I kind of was surprised, Ben, that the Rams opened as a 4.5-point favorite at San Francisco, and now it's up to 5.5. So the big thing here is the Niners have just had the Rams number pretty much for the last 8 years since Shanahan and McVay have been the coaches of their respective teams. And the Rams have had a little streak where they dominated the Niners, but let's not forget San Francisco. Mac Jones went on the road into LA on a short week on a Thursday night, is an 8.5-point dog and won outright.
Insane.
Am I crazy? Like, what? 5.5 for the Niners at home is too much.
I agree, Johnny. I think the 49ers cover this. I think they could win outright. I think this game is going to be close. McCaffrey, they have no answer for CMC. Every time he plays them, they have no answer. Kittle's back. He's looking pretty good. They need to use him a little bit more, I think, but he's just kind of getting himself back into the offense with Mac Jones. Pretty sure Jawan Jennings is a go. Kendrick Bourne's a go. I think it's too many points considering they lost, last time. So at home, they lost at home, the Rams. Now they're going on the road. It's not easy to play in San Fran. So I don't know, Johnny. I know you have them plus 8.5.
Yeah, I got them in a parlay 8.5. I think San Francisco covers 5.5. I think they are live to win outright here.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, the Rams are a good team. I like the Rams, but they just have trouble with the 49ers. I don't know who's stopping CMC on the Rams side. I like his catches, 5.5. I think he's going over. I think receiving yards, he's 50.5. I think that's probably good to go over. I think McCaffrey is good to get in the end zone today. He is minus 160. It's not terrible.
Not terrible, but
rushing yards, Kyron Williams, 64.5. I think he's probably solid to get over.
Like Corum over.
Blake Corum's interesting because he's been getting more burn than he needs to.
He has, and sometimes I can't even tell the difference between the two of them. They look identical. San Fran, can we kind of talk about this for a second for everyone? Their defense is banged up.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that scares me, Johnny. It's just I think they can cover this. But can they get enough stops, especially on third down where it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4? Because we watched that game against, or it wasn't you, but I watched the game against Houston where they were playing against Chiefs. They just couldn't get off the field. And they were competitive, but they just could not get off the field for CJ Stroud. And Houston's not the greatest offense. Now you're playing against the Rams with Matthew Stafford, who's a potential MVP candidate, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Higbee's doing his thing. Tyler Higbee's doing his thing. That's the one question mark with Bosa and Fred Warner being gone, and they have no secondary. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying they can't cover. I think their offense is good enough, but it's going to be interesting. But I lean San Fran.
All right, what do we do with Puka here? Because Puka, it killed me last week. Puka was on his way to having a monster game. Basically, goes 6 for 90 in the first half, and then. He gets hurt on a jet sweep. It looks like he's good to go. 7.5 and 91.5 yards. Look, man, I hate taking it, but I think Puka's going to eat in this one. San Francisco defense banged up, and I Puka's one of those guys. It doesn't matter when Stafford locks in on him.
Yeah, You think he goes for 100? I think he goes for 100.
Puka's easily, and I called it last week. I thought Puka was going to have a big return. I said 10 catches, 100 yards, touchdown easy. And he was on his way. I mean, he finished with 7 for 95 and a touchdown basically in a half.
Crazy.
I think Puka's more likely to get 10 catches than 100 yards. So
really? Okay.
I'm kind of using context clues, right? Against Houston week 1, 10 catches, 130. Every time Puka's gotten 100 yards, he's gotten at least 10 catches. He doesn't have a game with 100 yards with less than 10 catches is my point. Okay. So I'd probably be more likely to get Puka all catches than 100 yards. So I mean, look, man, I think they're both good today. I think Puka's 10 catches or at least 8 catches, probably 10. 8 catches for 100 yards, but I'm more likely to take the catches first.
I think he's gone over 10 in 5 out of the 8 this year. Yeah.
Let me see. Where is all receptions for Puka Nacua?
Yeah, he's gone over.
10 catches is plus 220.
That's amazing value. I mean, I know it's plus 2. It should be a little higher, but it's Puka Nacua. So he's gone over. Yeah. Week 1, he had 10. Week 3, he had 11. Week 4, he had 13. Week 5, he had 10 against San Francisco, by the way. He had a couple off games. He got hurt in Baltimore, so that was that didn't really count. So if you really think about it, he's gone over in almost every game but 1. Last week he had 7.
What if we did this for just a Rams play?
I was just about to ask, do you want to put something in for this one?
Just this game. Okay. Let's do Puka 10 catches, 100 yards.
Okay.
McCaffrey over 50 and a half. Or do you want to go? Do you want to take a little shot and go a little bit bigger?
We can do it. Hey, I'm on your podcast. You let me know what you want to do.
All right. You know what? Let's go. You know, for the people want to see a big hit.
10 or 8? 10, right?
10.
All right. And you want to do 100 yards?
10 for 100 for Puka. McCaffrey. Let's do.
Just receiving 50.
Let's do 70 for McCaffrey.
Okay. Receiving.
Yeah, and 7 catches. Okay, so Puka 10 for 100, McCaffrey 7 for 70, 11-1 on FanDuel. It'll probably be like 5-1 on Hard Rock.
So we get on Hard Rock's so terrible. Hard Rock, we get either 80 or we can do 65.
Do 65.
It's plus 175 though, so we're getting value. And then we'll take him at what? How many catches?
7.
We can do 6.
You can't do 7?
We can do 8.
Let's just do 6. I hate Hard Rock so fucking much.
Hate Hard Rock. It doesn't even actually give us any value when you take the 5.5. Wow. So we have Puka 10 catches. Puka. Oh, my apologies. We have to do Puka over to get him 100. His line's 94.5. Let's just do the 100 plus.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's 94. Not my fault. Let's do alternate receiving. Let's take Puka 100. Okay, so that puts us at, oh, wow, it doesn't give us any value. It just stays the same. You might as well just take the 94. It's weird.
What?
Dude, get this. So right now we have CMC over 64.5 receiving and Puka 10 catches. It's plus 700. If we put Puka over a 99.5, it stays at 700.
Wait. All right, Puka 10 catches for what?
Puka 10 catches alone with CMC 65 receiving yards, it's plus 700, right? If you put Puka in there for 100 receiving yards on top of that, it doesn't move the line, which is weird.
So on FanDuel, Puka 10 catches, 100 yards is plus 229. What is it on Hard Rock?
Plus 210.
Okay. So it's not that far off. And then
do you see my point though? When you move, like it's not like right now, Puka to get 10 catches is plus 210. If you throw the 100 yards in there, it doesn't go up. It stays at plus 210. There's no need to take the 100 yards. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so do 94.5 then. He's 91.5 on FanDuel, by the way. Hard Rock is off. Hard Rock's the worst.
I don't think that's going to move the line either, though, brother.
If you put 94.5,
stays plus 210. It's weird. If you know what I'm talking about, over 9.5 plus 210.
Because it's correlated.
Exactly.
Oh, wait. So you're saying don't even put Puka yards in?
No, just keep him at 9.5 catches, and then we'll add CMC 65 yards, and then we can add something else.
Okay.
All right, we got CMC 65. You like anything else, brother? Give the people what they want.
Let's do all right. So we got Puka 10 catches. You got McCaffrey. You want to do 6 or 8 catches?
I don't think he gets 8. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
We
could do 6. We could do 6.
Let's do 6. I like his receiving yards though.
How many? 65?
Yeah, one of those things though, where if he gets 6 catches, it doesn't move the line either. So no point in taking that. Wow.
What do you mean?
So it's plus 700, right? We got CMC. We only have 2 legs in there right now. CMC 64.5 over. Puka Nacua 9.5 over. It's plus 700. You add Puka's yards, doesn't change it. You add CMC over 5.5, doesn't change it. Unless we take the 8.5 or the 8 catches, which I don't think we should do. But we'd like Kittle to get anything.
It's crazy. It's 11 to 1. Okay, it's 11 to 1 on.
It's Hard Rock, bro. You know how that is.
So how much is that for 64.5 for McCaffrey and 10 catches for Puka?
If we threw 70 on it, it pays 560.
So I'm sorry. Okay, so it's Puka 10 catches, McCaffrey
65.
So just those 2 things.
Just those 2, 70 pays 560.
So what's the odds?
Plus 700.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, just do it.
Let's do it. All right. We'll split the winnings.
Ooh, we're
cooking. I wanted to take Puka's yards, but it didn't move the line. So I was like, I'm not.
No, I got you.
All right, that's in. Let me send you this ticket, guys. We are cooking. We are cooking today.
We could have did Stafford 225.
Yeah, I like that. What's the line on that one though?
Well, it probably wouldn't move it much.
Johnny V just sent you the picture, so you have that.
We'll leave that. But I think Niners are good. Niners are a great teaser leg today. I think the Niners are going to cover. I'm not so sure the Rams win this one, to be honest.
I don't know.
It's worth the sprinkle for the Niners money line
for sure.
I think they cover though.
All right, let's go.
Mac Jones back again. All right, Lions, Commanders. This was 8.5 all week. This just moved down to 7.5 this morning. Ben, start me off here. Lions covering this number, bounce back?
Absolutely. If they don't cover this line, I will be so disappointed in them. So disappointed in them. Commanders are a dumpster fire. You lost Jane Daniels. Now, there was reported that he didn't need surgery. I don't know if you saw that. So he actually might be coming. I don't know if he's going to come back this year, but he's not out for as long as people may think. But they are just a mess. No McLaurin again today. Mariota is not terrible, but he's in there. Detroit is just going to – I think they're going to boat race them. I think it's going to be a 34-13, 34-10.
Love it.
Yeah, I think Gibbs gets in. He might have 2+. I took his receiving and rushing over 99.5. I think that is a great bet today. After a letdown last week, I think he only had 35 scrimmage yards. Guys, 35 scrimmage yards for Gibbs is crazy last week. So I think he has a bounce back. I think St. Brown gets in. Honestly, guys, I think anybody can get in for Detroit. Anybody.
Yeah. Look, dude, I think the Lions are going to win. It was 8.5, so buy back on Commanders. Here's the thing, man. Everybody probably knows by now. Lions off a loss in the Dan Campbell era are undefeated against the spread. It's not that I need that. It's just it's not that they lost last week against the Vikings. They got bullied. Yeah. Vikings did to them what the Lions do to everybody else. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They got physically imposed. That doesn't happen in the Dan Campbell system. It doesn't happen. So I think they're going to look to take out some frustrations. Jaden Daniels obviously out. Marcus Mariota is one of the more capable backups in the NFL. But this is Washington's defense. It's not the same. The regressions hit them hard this year. The defense is nothing like what it was last year. The offense just doesn't have the same juice with or without Jaden Daniels. Yeah. Now you're getting a pissed off Lions team. I think the Lions are going to run the ball down their throats. I think it doesn't make sense that Jahmyr Gibbs didn't even get 15 touches last week. And you can't game script Jahmyr Gibbs out of a game. It doesn't matter. You cannot game script them out. You run receiving, it doesn't matter. So that to me was very bizarre. I think Gibbs is going to have a big game today. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, who's got a pretty high total for him at 70.5 rush yards, I think Gibbs is good to have a monster today. I think Montgomery has a monster. I think Amon-Ra's got a big one today. I think Goff has a big one. I think Lions are putting up a 30 bean. I think they're covering this line.
What's their team total, Johnny? That's what we should probably put something on.
Let's do. Hold on. Let's see.
Score 28 and a half.
Would it be scoring? Should be.
Line total points. It's 28 and a half for minus 125. 29 and a half minus 115. I think that's. I shouldn't say that word, but I think it's very, very likely.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like that. I mean, today's a kind of game where, Gibbs could rush for a Hyundai at a touch.
Should we do? I'm feeling generous today to just put you on my bet,
because we hit on the roulette last night.
I want to shout out Johnny V again for Red 32. That was just hitting. It was hitting. So what I'm gonna do for us is I'm gonna take Gibbs for a Hyundai.
Ooh, I like it.
Let's take Gibbs to get in, and let's take the lines over 29.5 team total. Let's see what the odds are on that. If you guys are listening, tail me and Johnny V because this is hitting. Plus 240.
Wait, plus 2. Wait, what?
Yeah, on Hard Rock. What is it on FanDuel? It's probably like plus 300. What is it?
Wait, those three things are plus 240?
Gibbs, a Hyundai is plus 240.
Oh, okay. Gibbs, a Hyundai.
Gibbs to get in, and then I need to add the Lions team total. Where is that? Okay.
Gibbs, a Hyundai's plus 320.
Yeah, FanDuel's got such better odds. 29.5, or do you want to go 28? You might as well just go 29, right?
Let's do 28.5.
28.5. It's plus 425. Just I got 100 in the balance.
425? Are you kidding me? It's 418 for Gibbs, 100 and a tutty alone.
Yeah. It's Jahmyr Gibbs anytime over 99.5 and 28.5 points over is plus 425.
425. I mean, you
can't make this up.
That's
bad.
That's terrible. It's not bad. It's terrible.
I don't even know if that's worth it.
It's not. It's not worth at those odds. No. I'm just out of curiosity. I want to see what it looks like. I'm trying to find the.
You put it on FanDuel and see what it pays for the 100.
That's what I'm trying to do.
That's ridiculous.
Where are the?
That's ridiculous.
That's exact point scored.
Gibbs to get in twice is interesting.
Let me go on DK. DK might have a better.
Amon Ra is minus 190. That's steep, but
super steep. Hang on. Let me. Dude, why is Hard Rock so awful?
I am really excited for.
Still 8.5, by the way. It's still 8.5, by the way. On.
For what?
DK for the spread.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying here.
10. That's 2. Yeah, I mean FanDuel's odds are way better than DK's.
Yeah, DK's odds aren't great.
Let's see team totals. I hate trying to find team totals.
I think it starts at 20.5 on Hard Rock.
It's annoying because team props. Here we go.
We're getting minus 125 on the 28.
All right, let's say we took 28.5. All right, on DK, that 3-legger is 485.
Yeah, it's not great.
I'm trying to find it on FanDuel, but I somehow can never seem to find FanDuel's team scoring. That's exact points scored.
You know why I think the odds are so bad is because Gibbs to get in on Hard Rock's minus 220. So
220? He's 145 everywhere else.
Minus 220 on Hard Rock. They're telling you he's getting in. He is getting in.
He's getting in. He's getting in today.
Should we take him 2+?
No. All right. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it after. We'll talk about it later. Let's keep it going here.
Go on.
All right. So both like the Lions to cover. Now we're moving on to the Sunday night game, Chargers Steelers. This was a line at 3 even. Now it's come down. You're paying a little juice here for the Chargers at 2.5 minus 120. Ben, I got to be honest, man. I like the Chargers. I think the Pittsburgh. I was dead wrong about Indy last week. They look good to start, and then like Daniel Jones' factory settings just reset. Like the Colts looked like they were going to run away with it early, and then just a bunch of stupid mistakes and turnovers. Good game from Pittsburgh. I'm not taking anything away. It's an impressive win. I think there's a letdown spot, though. Travel east to west. Now, there's some buy-in on Pittsburgh, but Like I wonder about it. I understand the Chargers got a bad variance to them where they just decide to sometimes just come out flat. But it's like Pittsburgh, who do they have that can move the ball vertically, quick strike, other than Papa DK? Like, they don't have these consistent playmakers. Their running game hasn't been that great. Their defense really overall hasn't been that good this year. The Chargers have a lot of weapons, so as long as the one area that I think the Chargers offense could suffer is if TJ Watt and company wreck the game up front, because the Chargers O-line is dealing with a lot of injuries. That's the one area where I could see this game being turned upside down. But other than that, Sunday night at home, it's a tough travel spot for Pittsburgh. I just don't think X's and O's wise they match up and are going to be able to score a ton of points other than like some special teams plays or short fields. I like the Chargers here covering the 2.5.
I'm going to have to go the opposite route.
Okay. Why?
The only reason I say that is because three things. Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt, both out of this game. Joe Alt's out for the year. Rashawn Slater, I don't know. He's got a tendon injury for the offensive line. He's a big reason of, he's a big part of their success. I don't know how Herbert gets protected. I think TJ Watt's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think he gets sacked today. They're moving now Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if you caught that, to the safety spot. And it's been kind of working out in their favor. They had a great game last week versus the Colts with Ramsey back there. I took the Steelers plus 3.5. I just did the alternate spread. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Herbert not having his offensive line is going to be key. People want to gloss over that. I think that's big. I think the Chargers are the better team overall. But Pittsburgh's weird, man. Pittsburgh's weird. I agree with your point about not, besides DK, who do they have? Ben Skoranek, Scotty Miller. I mean, they don't really have guys you can really trust on 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12 to bail you out. Jalen Warren's been doing his thing a little bit. Aaron Rodgers is old, but it's Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin in a prime time spot on the road. TJ Watt, Jalen Ramsey. I don't know. I just think this game is weird. I think it's 2.5. Vegas is telling you something.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm going with the Chargers here. Look, man, I understand that the Bolts have like this really bad habit of just not showing up sometimes, but I think at home, prime time, they got the weapons to be able to move the ball downfield here. I don't know right now. I probably need to like think about it throughout the day. I don't know if I love any props at the moment.
I'm staying away from the props. I hate props. I will say, though, Chargers don't have home field advantage. Let's remember, there will probably be more Steelers fans in attendance in LA than there will be Chargers fans. True. So I think that helps the Steelers' case a little bit more, too.
That's true. Not wrong.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish up here with Monday night. Eagles, Packers. Eagles are a dog. It was 2.5. I don't understand why the Eagles are dogs here. They're coming off a bye. They're coming off a bye against a Green Bay team that not only lost to Carolina, outright is 14.5-point favorites at home, or 14-point favorites at home. But now they lose Tucker Kraft for the year. Like, who are they throwing the ball to? Well, I mean, Christian Watson's back. I get it. But, I mean, him, Romeo Dobbs, like, they don't have any legitimate wide receiver one. They have no elite pass catchers. They have a good running game, sure, but I think Philly's rested off the bye.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, maybe this is one of these, like, trap lines where Green Bay gets a bounce-back game. But I don't know, man. I don't understand why Philadelphia is a dog. And, like, I've had a couple of these games where, like, San Francisco at Houston, why are they a dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? But X and O's wise, I don't see where Green Bay gets it. I mean, Jordan Love's had, like, some really good games and some really bad games. Green Bay secondary is not good. No. They have a good front seven, but if you watch the Carolina game last week, bro, they couldn't get off the fucking field.
Yeah.
Their secondary is not good. Their front seven makes their secondary look not as bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's actually a crazy point. Yeah, it is.
I think Devontae Smith. I think it's a Devontae Smith big game here. I think he's gonna have a monster game. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna be able to put the ball wherever he wants, as long as they can protect up front against Micah Parsons and company. I like the Eagles here, man. I think the Eagles are gonna win this one outright.
Couldn't agree more with you, Johnny. To finish up here, I think Philly's winning this game outright. I don't see how They're dogs. Green Bay, like you said, Tucker Kraft is such a big loss.
Such a big loss.
It's such a big loss. He was their go-to guy. You can make the case for Romeo Dobbs, but Tucker Kraft was their guy. That performance he had against Pittsburgh on Sunday night, was it Pittsburgh? Yeah, it was. That guy, he's great. And they lost him. Now they're playing against Philly. Philly's a juggernaut on offense. Their defense doesn't look as good as they were last year when they won the Super Bowl, but they still have Cooper DeJean. They still got a couple guys on the D-line. I don't see how they lose this game. Devontae Smith is a good call. I can see him having a monster game.
He's 2-1 to score. I think he's got it. I think I can see Devontae Smith a hundy and a tud in this game.
Let's see AJ Brown's props. I know AJ Brown's been a little quiet this year, but Barkley might get contained. What do you think about Barkley's props?
Let's see. Barkley's plus money to score. Is that right?
I think he's minus 105, but pretty
plus
pretty
105 here. Barkley 76.5. No, he's like great rushers.
Jalen Hurts plus 120 is insane. Tush push is probably going to happen at some point in that game.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably rather. I don't know, man. Barkley's he's had a weird year.
He has, but he's flown under. If you really look at his stats, it's because he had such a monster year last year. It's
not even that. He's just had a lot of quiet games.
I mean, let's look at his stats. Let's go on Sleeper for a second and let's look at, because I have him in fantasy. He's had 60-yard. Yeah, he hasn't had great rushing.
Other than the Giants game, I don't think he's really had any big games.
No, that he's only actually ran. Fun fact here: he's only ran for 100 yards once in 8 games. It's incredible. I don't think anybody saw that coming this year.
I'm probably staying off Bart because he hasn't been good realistically. Like that good, but I don't want to take his unders. He's still Barkley because he's still one play can go 75 to the house.
He has had 4 touchdowns though. He has had 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he does get in still, but you got to take into the account. I don't like betting his touchdown because it's always Hurts taking at the goal line. I just don't trust the tush push.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if you're going to go props this game, I think you go Devontae Smith for the Eagles. Yep. I think Hurts is a safe bet. I think if you're going to do Green Bay, I don't know if I like anybody outside of maybe Jacobs and Dobbs. I don't know if I like anyone on Green Bay.
Yeah.
Musgrave, I'm not touching that.
Maybe Jordan Love rushing.
No, I can't.
10.5.
What is he on? Is he 7-1? What is he?
No, 10.5 rush yards, I meant.
Oh, I thought you meant to get in. I was like, oh. Yeah, I could maybe get around that.
Yeah. But all right. Anything else from props perspective today?
I'll throw out something before we head out of here that I took that I think is super good. I'll announce it. Give me a second. And we'll announce what we did just one more time for the audience here. So me and Johnny V, just to put this in perspective for y'all, we got McCaffrey 65 plus, Pook Daddy to get 10 catches. That's it. 73 pays 590, Johnny. That's
buddy. Come on, buddy.
Great. Come on. Yeah, for the audience out there, Sean Tucker, Tuck Daddy, getting in the end zone at plus 325, which should be a little higher, but it's Hard Rock. We're not going to talk about that. And Drake May to sneak in there, Johnny, at plus 1,400, 20 to win 300.
Ooh,
very good. Then we got John's parlay. Johnny V's got a parlay.
Brother, we got one more, I think. I think we got one more in us.
Don't worry. I'm going to get there. We got Johnny V, Bucks money line, Rashad White 40 plus, Zona plus 10.5, Jackson Smith and Jigba 7 catches, 49ers 8.5 at home. Insane. CMC 6 catches, Kyle Monungai 40 yards rushing, and the Lions money line that pays 1682.
Stop it right now.
And then I think that was it for ours. I think we might have one more.
I think we're done. All right, before we head out of here, let's cook. Ready? You want to cook?
I'm ready.
All right. Ravens 4.5. Okay.
Ravens 4.5. Okay.
We're gonna go Ravens 4.5.
Okay.
Let's go with San Francisco money line.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go with Ooh, baby. Or do you want Saints 5.5? Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I think we stay away from that one. How about this? Let's make everybody a little antsy that's watching. Let's take the Falcons on the money line.
Live. They're gonna blow it. It's what they do.
They're plus 120. Why not add it?
Are we gonna really add it right now?
We got action on. Why not? Let's get started.
All right, listen. Ready? Niners money line, Falcons live money line, Ravens minus 4.5. Okay. Are we throwing Gibbs 100 in?
Yes.
Okay. Gibbs 100.
Okay.
That's 4. Right?
That's 4. We're at plus 26.11.
Wait. Gibbs 100, Ravens 4.5, Niners money.
Wait, no, we're not. Hold on.
I'm at plus 60, 70.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. That's 4. And then you want to do one more?
Yeah. Let's take the Lions minus 6.5. Let's get it down a little bit.
Okay. Throw that in. What's that? 5 legs.
6.5 for the Lions. They're minus 145. And then we have Gibbs to get 100 plus. Let me just add that real quick. And I'll let's do Gibbs. Let's do Gibbs 80. Gabe, you want to just take his over 72.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Gibbs, where are you, buddy? Where are you? All right. So let me read this back before we get out of here. Lions minus 6.5. Gibbs over 72.5. Niners money line. Falcons money line. Ravens minus 4. Yeah. 100 pays 4,300.
Oh, hit it. Send it.
Should we send it?
Send it right fucking now.
All right, it's in.
Bang. And that is going to wrap it up. We'll see you in the winner circle. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Ben, you're an absolute superstar. Appreciate you as always. Let's cash some bets. Best of luck, everybody, on this week. We have some adjustments coming for the following shows. Stay tuned on my Twitter and updates. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.